What up, y'all? We back. It's a 4-4 Heels. We doing our personal WWE Mount Rushmore. This ain't the all-time, the greatest wrestlers. This is my opinion. That's his opinion of the greatest who ever stepped foot in WWE, including WCW, because it was purchased. Anything WWE related. But let's start with the general Mount Rushmore. Everyone's going to say Hogan, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's probably saying Ric Flair.
Whoa.
You don't think so?
Okay, keep going.
Okay, and then I would say you got, there's the interchangeable ones, the Rocks, the Steve Austins, the Andre the Giants. Those are kind of like everyone's 4 or 5 that generally everyone agrees on as the Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is our personal one, bro.
Yes.
Our personal one. You want to start with your first?
Yeah, so, and we mean by our personal ones,
feelings.
This is more, and has a lot of qualifications come into play for me. It is more than just good in ring or good promo. I was thinking about impact. How much did this wrestler draw me in to be like, oh man, I really like this dude.
Yeah,
a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's all over the board. So my number, I'm gonna go. This is not in any order, but this is my first pick since Aaron's gonna give me the ball to start off with. I'm going to go with something that everybody is no surprise because you see him right behind me all the time. I'm going with the bad guy, Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall.
Yep.
On my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I was watching a match with him the other day. You want to talk about aura oozing with machismo? You want to talk about in a time where the bad guy, he was the coolest bad guy around. I mean, he was a heel, but people loved him. His entrance, that theme song, he comes out with that walk. He's flicking toothpicks at you. I mean, and then he had that style in the ring that fit his persona. And a lot of times some wrestlers now, I feel like that's a lost art in the pro wrestling game. I think a lot of wrestlers kind of mimic each other's moves. But Razor had this sense about himself where he didn't have to do a lot, but he got the most reaction. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Razor Ramon for me, man. And some say probably one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. You know what I'm saying? He really put that belt in the mouth. Ladder matches with him and HBK at the Intercontinental Championship, bro. That was a crazy work at WrestleMania.
Was that was the first ladder match?
The first ladder match,
yeah. And bro, in that area of WWE, I thought that motherfucker was Cuban, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was Cuban. I thought Yokozuna was Japanese. Turns out he's Samoan. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was Cuban as hell, bro.
Yeah, I did too, man. I really did, man. Yo, man, I remember it was a promo.
Let me talk to you, Chico.
Man, listen. They had a promo with him, Ric Flair, and Kurt Hennig. That was on the same team at WWF at the time. Is when Ric Flair was in WWF. Man, I mean, you just talk about. I mean, you see the tone. You see Ric Flair's cutting his promos. You know what I'm saying? And he's all wild up and shit. And then all of a sudden, gets the Razor. He's like, "Hey, man, the bad guys over here. You think you can mess with us, Chico?
Yeah,
we're gonna carve you up." You know what I'm saying? Just so slow, makes you wait for what he wanted to say, man. He knew how to. To this day, I think the disrespect for Scott Hall / Razor Ramon for not even being a world champion in WCW or WWF is disrespectful. Disrespectful as hell, man.
Yeah,
and I would like for someone to see. I would love to have asked Scott Hall, like, was there ever even an opportunity presented to him to where he was ever to be in the conversation or where he was going to get a title? Because for him not to even have a title shot, that was crazy. That's crazy, man.
And it's crazy his transformation. What was he before Razor Ramon? The Diamond Stud or something?
Diamond Stud.
Like that, dude, it don't even look like Scott Hall, bro. I'm like, that's Scott Hall? That's not Scott Hall, bro. And then when he transformed to Razor Ramon, he looked 100% different, bro.
Yeah.
And that's just like, I mean, the power of WWE, got to find your net. That wasn't working. Well, that was in WCW, right? With Diamond Dallas Page.
WCW,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he finds his groove as Razor Ramon with the razors on his unit. Dude, I love Razor Ramon, man. He was one of my favorites growing up, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
But that's
definitely one of mine.
That is disrespect, no chimby. He might be on the Mount Rushmore of people that never got a championship. Like I always talk about it in the NFL, like greatest quarterbacks to never win a Super Bowl.
Right.
You got your Phillip Rivers, your Tony Romos on there, your Dan Marinos. You know what I'm saying?
Matt Ryan's, yeah.
Stop.
Come on, bro. You gotta put some respect on this man's name. He's up. His stats is up there with Peyton Manning's and Tom Brady's. How can you not?
Yeah, stop, bro. Stop.
He has better stats than Phillip Rivers.
You know why he ain't up there? Because he should have audible to some run plays in that Super Bowl instead of chucking that ball.
Hey, bro,
Say fuck the audible. But
Matt Ryan don't play defense.
Razor's up there as one of the greatest to ever do it, to not have the big belt, any of the big belts.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
By far.
Yeah,
by far. But yeah,
crazy.
That's one of my
Good
guys.
first
He'll always
pick.
be on my Mount Rushmore. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, bro. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, and y'all comment y'all personal.
Oh yeah,
Mount Rushmore is on here too. We like to hear what y'all say too. I'm gonna start with everyone knows, if you listen to this podcast, who my number one guy of all time is, and that's the tribal chief, the big dog, Roman Reigns. Let me tell you, 1,316-day reign, the longest since Hulk Hogan. Obviously, back then, Hogan carried it forever. 10 WrestleMania main events. That right there, you're number one in WrestleMania main event. He main evented with Cody the same WrestleMania twice, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A tag match, and then he got that. Bro, this man does 4-time WWE champ, 2-time Universal champ, IC champ, US, tag, Royal Rumble winner. He went from being the most hated person to being the most loved. How often does that happen? Not like we hate you as a heel, like we hate Dominic or we hate you. Bro, the crowd hated him, bro.
Yeah.
They did not want to see this man, that go home heat, you know.
Yeah.
They all say Logan Paul has, which he really doesn't. You love to hate him. You love to hate him. But I mean, some of his matches, the WrestleMania match at 39 with Cody, all-time great. WrestleMania 40, all-time great. Brock at SummerSlam with the tractor, the last man standing, bro. Great match. Great match. Now, people will say in his tribal chief run, he always had help to keep that belt. But did he need the help? Did he need the help?
He did not. He did.
No, bro, stop it. Stop it, bro.
I think he did, bro. Definitely when Drew McIntyre in Glasgow. I think he did need help. When Solo
debuted?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got a family, bro. Family backs each other up, bro.
And see, and that was the whole thing. That's why I was dumb about it. I almost put him on my bro.
When John Cena says you're the greatest of all time, you're one of my greatest of all time, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that, but the only thing I just couldn't get past is his fucking big dog stages. I just couldn't.
It's tough, bro.
I couldn't get past that shit, bro.
When Vince was pushing him, bro.
When Vince was pushing him down our throats, and people was like, "We don't want this. Not now. He ain't ready yet." You know what I'm saying? So I almost put him down there, and if it was, I always felt like it'd be doing an injustice, like for a long period of time, because
you didn't like him, you hated him as the big dog.
I despised him. It was trash. It was so obvious that he was being forced down our throat. It was so obvious that whatever they was giving him to read, it was so corny. Like it was bad. It was a bad time for him. But I tell you what, when I saw him as the tribal chief, and when he got that bloodline together, and I was like, oh,
when he did what he wanted to do, when he did what he wanted.
Yes.
When he's not eating dog food chained to the ring, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
that was a terrible moment. That's one of the top 4 worst moments in WWE history, bro.
Bro, your boy came out. Ziggler and Corbin was in the ring. It was like, we're going to give to you the big dog. And the dude came out in a dog outfit. And the theme music, the theme music at the time, he had that old Shield theme, right?
Yeah.
Dan. They had a dog barking. I was like, what the? This is crazy.
Also, another great moment when he stacked Bryan Danielson and Edge and pinned both of them in a triple threat. Never seen that before. That was, bro, the tribal chief, bro. He's up there.
Yes,
he's up
tribal
there,
chief
bro.
Run for that 3 years they had the titles was one of the greatest runs in WWE history. Let's get that put out there right there. OTC, not so much. Not a fan of the OTC too much, bro.
Now it's the YTC or whatever, or the TC, 1TC, whatever it is.
Yeah,
bro. They just trying to sell more shirts. I get it. I get it.
I need that tweener Roman, the tweener Roman. You know what I'm saying? Or give me this all the way heel Roman.
We came back a little bit when he choked out Paul Heyman, bro. But now we love what he's doing because we hate Paul Heyman.
Right.
Yeah, so
I liked it when it was like borderline. I ain't really supposed to be liking this shit, but this motherfucker's so damn cool. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, good choice though. He almost made mine.
But the people he has put on too as well. Solo is amazing now. As much as y'all hate on this man, Solo is doing great work. Even with the MFT, he's taking it where he can take it. And bro, the Usos became the Usos under the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they were relevant, but not as relevant as Roman made.
No.
I mean, bro, you saw Jey Uso being a world championship before Roman got his hands on him, bro.
No. You said the Usos. You didn't say Jey. That's the singles. The Usos put themselves on the map when they had that Uso penitentiary. Yeah. When it was cutting those riveting ass promos, going back and forth with each other. That's what blew the Usos up. And that's what made me like the Bloodline even more, because the Usos was my favorite tag team. And when they did that Uso penitentiary shit, like I was rocking with Usos when they had half the face paint and it was wearing these colors. I thought it was a good tag team.
Doing the Haka dance.
Yes. I like that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That was my shit. And then they went to the Uso penitentiary and got more street with it, and I was like, "Oh shit, these dudes are!" And I always knew it. Cause you could hear it.
They became who they really were.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
San Francisco, California. You know what I'm saying? From the West Coast.
Yeah.
But then when they joined up with the tribal chief and made the Bloodline, oh shit! Yeah. Now we cooking. We cooking now. Like that was great. But like I can't really give Roman the props that he made the Usos, because the Usos already solidified before Roman even came about. So put it this way, the Usos are more solidified before Roman was finding his way, but Roman was still finding his way.
Did Roman elevate the Usos?
I think the bloodline, the story of the bloodline elevated everybody.
Okay. All right, bro. Roman Reigns, baby. Who's your number 2? You
got to bear with me here, because a lot of people may not know this guy. They may not know this guy because he had a good stint with WWE, but this was from the WWF New Generation era. And I'm talking about my boy, Hakushi. Boy, oh boy, did I fucking love some Hakushi back in the day, bro. We're talking about the White Angel. We're talking about the Japanese dude that had all the Japanese characters on his chest, on his face. He come out there looking like Raiden with the all white and stuff.
Okay.
The first time I ever seen the same move that Ospreay does, that the backflip, and then flips over the top rope on moonsault.
Yeah.
That was Hakushi right there. That was the first time I seen it done. He used to put on some great. Him and Bret Hart put on some banging ass matches back in the day, bro. Hakushi versus Bret Hart. Hakushi did a lot of this innovation you see. Hakushi brought that Japan style over to the U.S. and put it mainstream with the WWF, bro. He's to do this one thing, this one kick where he'll have you in the corner and he'll do a backflip, and he'll jump in the air and does like a spinning kick and kick you right. Bro, he was good. Wore nothing but all white. Call him the White Angel, Hakushi, bro. I don't know his real New Japan name, but as far as we talking about WWF, WWE, Hakushi is on my Mount Rushmore, and I'm telling you, a lot of people gonna be like, who?
I'm saying who, bro? Who? It sound like a porno. I sound like you lying to me right now, bro. Sound like a porno name, bro. Hakushi, you know? Give me that Hakushi, you know?
give me some of that wet Hakushi, but that was my guy right there, bro. That was my guy, man. Hakushi, bro. I implore you, and I implore everybody else, if you listen to this, go look up Hakushi. Go look up his matches.
Be careful with the spelling. It might lead you to a different website, though, you know? All right, my second one, bro. I might get a lot of hate because people hate this man right now. But it's Triple H. It's Triple H, bro. This man...
well deserved.
If you didn't like DX, you lying. You know what I'm saying? And then when HBK went away hurt, they're like, oh, DX is dead. Nah. DX went on a, fair to say, better run after HBK left and brought in the Road Dogs and brought in X-Pac and all that stuff, bro. I mean, 9-time champ, 5-time heavyweight champ, IC, 2 Rumbles, King of the Ring, Evolution. He got a European championship, one of my favorite belts back in the day, man. People, I think they need to bring it back a little bit sometimes.
No
Maybe
more
have a
belts.
European, huh?
No more belts.
No
bro.
more belts. That's
No
true.
more
That's true.
belts
That's
in
true.
me.
But I mean, for him to be in Evolution and DX and be the main guy in both of them, bro, that's impressive. You
That
know
is
what I'm saying?
impressive.
That's impressive. And Evolution, he resurrected Ric Flair's career. He spun Dave Batista and Randy Orton into stardom, bro, and
Yeah.
then had rivalries with them after that, bro. That's impressive, bro. That's
Yeah.
impressive. His matches with Mankind, Cactus Jack, that kind of elevated Triple H up there. Triple H's return at Madison Square Garden, bro. From what was it, a hamstring injury or a shoulder, something like that,
Yeah.
torn pec,
Crazy reaction.
crazy react, one of the best react, bro. His Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker at WrestleMania 28 with Shawn Michaels being the referee, one of the
the
all-time
last
greats
of a
WrestleMania,
generation. The last of
bro.
an era. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Triple H,
True.
and now he's the CEO, whatever you want to call him. People hate him. The Booker. People hate him now, but you got to respect what he did. That was my childhood, Triple H, bro.
Trips. I was thinking about Trips, but the thing is, what gets me with Trips is I think I like him more about being a part of the clique than more so being part of this by himself. I never really was a big Triple H fan at all growing up. Like even when in his peak era, like he never resonated with me. I couldn't feel him. It wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I knew how much of a politician he was backstage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know, being with the boss's daughter does help you out a lot.
Hey,
Let's
bro,
keep it
that's
real.
love. That's love. All right, that was politics. That's love.
That's love.
All right,
love and politics. It's a thin line, ain't it, bro?
Yeah, but I forget who it was, but I was listening to something and they said Triple H doesn't have any memorable matches, and I was like, that's asinine, bro. I just named the Cactus Jack street fight, the Undertaker Hell in a Cell, bro. Stop, bro. Stop with the blasphemy, bro. If it's a match that doesn't do it for you, yeah, but the majority of the wrestling community likes Triple H matches. You know what I'm saying?
He put on a great him and Cena put on a great banger at WrestleMania 22.
Yeah,
Like
his feud with Punk. His feud with Punk was amazing. When he was the corporation or whatever they called it. Yeah,
the Authority when he was in that.
The Authority.
So,
there you go.
Yeah, Trips. He will he ain't one of those dudes you hear. He be like, what? Why would you put him up there? He is very debatable. He can be up there. You know, he
can be a 4-time Hall of Famer. Evolution, DX, himself, and you can put him in there as a booker, bro. You can. Everyone was real hyped about the Triple H era when he first took over for Vince.
You know why?
Because Vince's stories might have been, he just kind of took over Vince's, because Tribal Chief was Vince. That started under Vince. You know, so like was he just feeding off of Vince's booking success, and now we're getting the real Triple H booking, which people aren't a fan of?
Well, the initial reason why people was excited for Triple H because they were remembering the NXT Black and Gold Triple H booking.
There we go. That's another reason this man's the man,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
Black and Gold, bro.
I mean,
Vince hated that. Vince hated that, bro.
Well, Vince only hated it because how Triple H went about it. Vince was so against taking talent that was already established in ROH, and that's all the NXT Black and Gold was a fucking another ROH. They stripped all their talent from ROH. They all went over to NXT. I'm talking about Claudio. I'm talking about Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn, Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, Seth, a.k.a. Tyler Black. They took the whole roster and brought it over to NXT. So, again, I'm not going to give Triple H that much praise as if these were some homegrown talents from the bottom and they raised them up to these stars. These dudes are already stars. They was already putting on hella bangers over there at ROH. Matter of fact, they revolutionized the wrestling industry, that era of ROH, is what we're seeing now. They're responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? But all he did was just take them and put them in front of a larger stage and said, let them go. So I would give him credit for being that smart to do that. But I'm not gonna give him credit as if he made these dudes. He didn't. They had a following before they came. So
yeah, for sure. All right, bro. Your third Mount Rushmore.
This was hard, man.
It was hard to narrow it down
because I had Booker T up there, and Booker T is also one of my favorites of all time. Like I love his physicality in that ring. I'm talking about WCW.
I gotta
Booker
pop
T.
my dick. Yep, we know.
Apparently, it's neck. It was neck.
No, he said dick, bro.
It was neck. But Booker
Just say
T,
it.
man, Booker T, he was an honorable mention for that. I think what got him off is how he's been acting. I can't subscribe. I can't co-sign to that shit, bro. I just can't. The fucking biasness, I just can't, bro. And so that clip that we had where you said that about the gummy bears, that really, I'm like, oh man, Book, come on, man,
Yeah,
come on.
I don't watch, but let me comment about why I hate it.
I think that turned me off. So I was like, he got knocked off.
Kick rocks.
And then it was between Diesel, Kevin Nash, or my boy K-Dog. Shit was hard, bro. I ended up going with Kevin Nash.
Diesel. I knew you would, yeah.
Diesel. I had to, bro. I don't think you understand what he, like, growing up, being ridiculed for being, like, for my age, I was pretty fucking big. Like, and then watching WWF and seeing Kevin Nash dominate. You know what I'm saying? The black glove, the Diesel. He comes out there, man. It made me feel like, man, you know what? Hell yeah. And I'm telling you right now, if you give me crap because I picked Diesel, aka Kevin Nash, on my Mount Rushmore, I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Not only was he wasn't a world beater on the mic, but he got it done for what his persona was. Kevin Nash wasn't a screamer, wasn't a yeller. He was a cool dude. He was gonna lay back, he's gonna talk this shit, and he's gonna let it be gone. But the matches that he had in the WWF during the New Generation era was some of the most memorable matches I ever met. But I mean, okay, here we go. Diesel versus Bret Hart, crazy match. I loved how the psychology of the big man versus little man, and Bret Hart was smart enough to know how to work on them knees. It was a great match. Diesel versus the Undertaker, banger. Diesel versus Shawn Michaels, banger. Diesel versus Razor Ramon. They used to have matches together. It was great. I mean, they used to tear the house down with him and Razor, banger. I mean. And this is when Kevin Nash Diesel was a little bit more agile. You know, he used to be a former basketball player, so he used to do a lot more stuff. Now he wasn't doing no moonsaults or nothing, but he used to do a lot. He used to do a lot more things in the ring that he don't do now because, you know, as he got older he couldn't do it. But not only that, we're talking about over a year reign as WWF champion. And I think that was,
people forget that. I feel like that Diesel was champ, bro.
He was a WWF champ. He was a champ. Took it from Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden in 8 seconds. You know, what he has meant for this industry, and then not to even mention, and this is all his WWF stuff. I didn't even mention when he went over to NWO to WCW, how impactful he was over there, and then he started the Wolfpack, NWO Red and Black. I mean, these things will go down in history. So I cannot, and plus probably my second favorite tag team of all time is the Outsiders. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have Razor and not have Kevin Nash Diesel. Now, like, again, it was really hard for me because I wanted to put K-Dog up there, bro. K-Dog was my boy in WCW. That cholo fucking gangster fucking type shit.
A member of the Wolfpack.
Huh?
A member of the Wolfpack.
And he was in the Wolfpack, bro. So, you know, like, that was my dude, but I got to go with the Big Wolf.
Yeah.
The big white gray wolf.
And Kevin Nash was the first one to fake an injury, not Seth Rollins. Y'all.
Oh my God, that shit was funny as hell,
the
bro.
Wheelchair, bro.
That shit was funny as hell, bro. This boy had a whole another leg that wasn't his leg with some blankets over it. And he just got Kevin Nash, what? He can walk.
Yeah. First one to beat Bill Goldberg, Kevin Nash.
Yep, he broke the streak.
Little help from your other Mount Rushmore, Scott Hall, with a little taser. Little taser, bro. Little taser. That's a good pick, bro. Like we said, it's our personal. It's there's very few people that have our people on the Mount Rushmores.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's more kind of Mount Rushmore, especially with my next pick. It's got to be The Undertaker, bro. It's got to be.
Respect.
It's got to be The Undertaker. Think about these rivalries he's had. Mankind, Hell in a Cell. That image lives in all wrestling fans' brains of all time. With Mankind getting thrown off, Mankind getting chokeslammed through. That's The Undertaker. What is the greatest match in WrestleMania history? Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. What's the second greatest match in WrestleMania history? Probably Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Then you got you got the storyline that changed the game for me with wrestling, and that's Kane, Undertaker, bro. That was the most realistic shit I thought was real. Everyone still thinks they're brothers, bro. They're not. They're not, bro, you know? And shout out to Kevin Nash, like you just said, when he left for WCW, Vince McMahon's like, oh, it's not about the person, it's just the character. So he replaced Diesel with Kane, Mark Jacobs, thinking it would just be the same Diesel. No, man, you don't have Kevin Nash as Diesel. Yeah. That's what made Diesel Diesel. You know what I'm saying? And that Razor Ramon was terrible. But
horrible.
Yeah, but the Undertaker, bro. And the reason he's up there, bro, he really doesn't have he's a 4-time WWE champ, 3-time heavyweight champ. But you don't really remember those runs. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He was the epitome of not needing the belt. That character, bro.
I agree.
And for him to go to the American Badass and it be relevant and then go back to the Undertaker, and he even says, he's like, I wish I would have had more time with the American Badass. He said, I felt like it got cut short, but then we started seeing it because he was like in the age of the Attitude and all that stuff. And he's like, I can't cut promos as the Undertaker. Undertaker doesn't cut promos. I need a character that can cut promos. So just his adaptability dude, the longevity, bro. Come on, bro. That dude wrestled forever. He's had some stinkers. He's had some stinker matches. We all know that.
Not a lot, though.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah. But, man, just the Kane rivalry, bro. I mean, come on, bro. That's on the Mount Rushmore of storylines of all time.
That one, one of my favorite Undertaker storylines of all time. And to this day, this is probably one of the top 5 storylines of all time, to be honest with you, was Undertaker versus Undertaker. I love that storyline so much. Undertaker versus Undertaker. If they picked the right dude, he was just shorter than the original Undertaker. If they would have got someone with long hair and was around his same height, you would have believed it was the Undertaker. But oh man, it was just good to see the purple versus the black and gray, the black and purple versus the black and gray, the $1 Million Man's Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that storyline, bro. Like that again, storyline that is very WWF is like esque. Like only WWF would put 2 of the same characters against each other like that. That was like picking the same character in WWF WrestleMania. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One of them will be the gray Undertaker, the other one will be the purple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for him to like just dive into kayfabe all the time, like he never broke. He said even when he went out to dinner and stuff, he was still in character as the Undertaker all the time, bro. All the time.
Yeah.
So
yes,
shout out Undertaker, bro. Longevity, all that. Yeah,
that's a good one. And I will say I tussled with that one too, because my favorite Undertaker is the black and purple, the Phenom.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Undertaker.
bro.
That's why when seeing Diesel versus Undertaker, I was even though I was a huge Diesel fan, but I loved that Taker. That was my favorite Undertaker right there, man. I was like, this is gonna be a classic. And so again, that match at WrestleMania don't get a lot of credit, but it should. Diesel versus the Undertaker at WrestleMania, that shit was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, and he's got the streak, bro. He got the streak, bro. Oh, Brock Lesnar didn't deserve to beat it. Everyone says that. Everyone says that. Edge was pitched to beat Undertaker before. Edge said no. He said no. They did say, Undertaker said if he wanted anyone to beat him at WrestleMania, which he eventually did, was Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? So, and let's talk, I mean, CM Punk wanted the main event at WrestleMania. They're like, we'll give you the Undertaker. CM Punk was mad about it, but they put on a banging match, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, that always never really sat well with me. That put a bad taste in my mouth about Punk saying like, "Oh, I got to wrestle the Undertaker." Like,
yeah, that's the second attraction at WrestleMania besides the main event. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, so I never understood that. CM Punk, he was feeling himself a little bit too much. Damn, bro.
Phil was feeling himself.
Yeah, know? Phil was feeling himself for real. You're right about that. All right. My number 4.
Last one.
This was not hard because I should have went off and started off with this one, but I wanted to save it for the end for maximum impact. This guy came up through the ranks, had a phenomenal run in NXT, had a very much anticipated arrival on the main roster didn't go too good.
Tommaso Ciampa. No, I'm just playing.
Didn't go too good at first. They rehashed him, got rid of him, fired him, brought him back. It still didn't go too good that much.
Shit.
The faction that he was in didn't really kick off very good. It was only when he started doing vignettes, backstage segments.
There you go.
Promos.
If y'all watch the show, y'all already know who he's going to say, y'all.
I'm talking about my man.
Not employed.
Killer Kross, a.k.a. Karrion Kross. And let me tell you why, man. He hasn't won no major championships in the E. He was NXT champion. The faction with the Final Testament didn't do too good.
Oh, that was terrible.
Keep it a buck.
That was terrible.
But I'm going to tell you something, man. There isn't a guy in that, not even now in the WWE, that can take very minimal time that he was given and make himself relevant. That takes a lot of talent to do that. Most guys need this amount of time to be shown every week. He had 1 or 2 minutes tops to make an impact.
I wouldn't even say that, bro.
Not even that, right?
Yeah, I'd say 45 seconds at most weeks, bro.
Not only that, his rise to this movement of We Want Kross, which is still going on strong right now, bro. He wrote a book, crazy work. He's signing books. He's selling out all the independent shows that he's naming that. It is selling out like hotcakes. Merch, number one merch seller for WWE for the last couple of months. Crazy work. The only man in the industry that actually has a valet that is actually a valet in Scarlett. The only pro wrestler that I know that don't act real stuck up. He reaches out to fans. He communicates with fans. He will respond back to him if he feels what you're saying is relevant to what he say. I mean, we look at our fucking DM crossing out and text back and forth a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the only wrestler I know who was actually like that. All these other wrestlers that we name, they don't reach out like that, or they don't get personal online with the fans like the way he does. And I think that is what's separating him right now. In this day and age of social media, he's smart enough to know he can get it. He got it. He made his bones off the internet. You know?
Yeah.
You want to talk about look? Got the look. The persona has the persona. Has a beautiful valet. His wife, Scarlett, is crazy. This dude is blockbuster. And I'm telling you, whether it's now or it's going to be later, people going to really see what he's all about. I'm telling you.
Do we see him in AEW, bro? Do we see him in AEW?
I would love to, bro.
Does he help Kyle Fletcher win the belt?
Bro, don't say that, bro. Don't say nothing like that, man. I'll be thinking some stuff. Listen, there is a possibility because he's wrestling on an independent show sometime in November, if I'm not mistaken, that has Max Caster on the card, that has Lady Frost on the card.
Okay.
I think 1 or 2 more people from AEW on the roster is on this card, man. I'm saying the possibilities are there. I'm pretty sure they talking. I'm pretty sure they, how is it over there and stuff, man. But yeah. Killer Kross or Karrion Kross in WWE, that rounds off my Mount Rushmore. This dude is the epitome. I mean, his match with AJ Styles was the best match I've seen on Raw for the longest time. I still haven't seen a men's match on Raw better than that one this year yet. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
That match with AJ Styles was great. His pipe bomb was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That rose him to stardom, bro. His documentary, like I said, the things he does outside of the ring.
Both documentaries are good.
It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
The third one's coming out. So yeah, Karrion Kross, man, Killer Kross for me, bro.
Yeah.
And Scarlett, put Scarlett right next to him. They fit that bill for me, man. And I gotta roll with the dog, bro. I gotta roll with my boy.
Karrion Kross, bro.
That's right.
All right, bro. My fourth one. This one might surprise you, but my earliest, besides watching wrestling with my grandpa, that old age, like early 90s. But when I finally got into wrestling, the WCW, WWE, Monday Night Wars, this man was wrestling. He's still wrestling today. He's coming back soon from injury. And that is Rey Mysterio, bro. Rey fucking Mysterio, bro. This dude has been wrestling my whole wrestling watching career. I've seen Rey Mysterio on my TV all the time, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Shout out Eric Bischoff for giving the cruiserweights an actual place to do cruiser with the Lucha Libres, giving the small guy the opportunity, and it worked out. This man, cruiserweight champion 5 times. WCW tag team champ 3 times. WWE champ 1 time. Royal Rumble winner, bro. That was crazy. But another thing I want to give credit to Rey Mysterio for is my new favorite wrestler, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, man. He gave him life, bro. And, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, and is it fair to say Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero kind of go, as much as Chavo Guerrero says they weren't as much friends, I don't care about the outside life. I care about the in-ring, bro. That Halloween Havoc match with Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, you could put that up there with any match in wrestling history as one of the best wrestling matches of all time, bro. Bro, it's just Rey Mysterio has just been there consistently. He's 50 years old now, bro? 50?
Wow, he's 50.
50. And he's coming back, bro. He's coming back, bro. And you take the mask off, you put the mask on, bro. And I know he was against taking the mask off. And in that Halloween Havoc match, word on the street is Eddie Guerrero was supposed to win that match and take Rey Mysterio's mask off at that time. And in the match, Eddie Guerrero was like, no, bro, you're winning this match. We're not taking. So they went against what Eric Bischoff was saying in the match. That's just what I've heard. Y'all can fact check me. That's what I heard, bro. But crazy, bro. Rey Mysterio, top to bottom, the longevity, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's you can't deny it, bro. Smallest Royal Rumble winner probably ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put on some banging ass matches with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
That triple threat match between Orton, Angle, and Rey Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania was good. That's one of my favorite matches from Rey Mysterio, matter of fact. So
yeah. The dude his rivalry against NWO, Kevin Nash threw him like a lawn dart into a trailer, bro.
Yeah.
Threw him like a lawn dart. We thought Rey Mysterio was dead, bro.
he made him pop.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. I have to go ahead and admit this. I was more of a Rey Mysterio fan in WCW than he was in WWF. I love the WCW Rey Mysterio. Like that was my dude right there. You know what I'm saying? So
but shout out to WWF, WWE, when they brought Rey Mysterio back, he was maskless. So he thought he was coming back at maskless. And Vince said, nah, bro, we want you to put the mask back on, bro.
Right.
That's what we want you to do. And that's what he did. His son will be on this Mount Rushmore, my personal Mount Rushmore, in due time.
You know what? I'm gonna say something. I would have chewed you up to say some shit like that like a year ago. I'd have like, bro, you tripping. But seeing how everything's unfolding with him, bro, I can very much see that, bro. Dom is valuable in a certain way. He may not be the traditional valuable as a pro wrestler if you want to check off all the boxes. He just has something about him that make people gravitate towards him, and he has that it factor. He's sort of and it's like you love to hate him. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those personas about himself, man. So I can't front. I can't lie. I'm like, man, I think he is on his way. Dominic Mysterio is on his way. I'm giving him his flowers, bro. He's showing me something, bro. I'm still not the biggest fan of his in-ring work. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's going to come along with time. I think he's only going to get better. But I mean, Jesus, for what he's done already, bro. It's two belt Dom right now.
Yeah. And his first match ever was against Seth Rollins, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Ray told him not to do it. And Dom said, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Nah,
Ray was like, you ain't. And shout out to your possible Mount Rushmore. Conan, his godfather, trained him.
Yeah.
Him, Ray, they all trained him. Apparently, Dom's got like 15 godfathers, bro. He said it in the Stephanie McMahon interview. He's like, I got like 15 godfathers, bro.
Yeah, I believe him. I believe him.
Yeah.
But let me go ahead and add something else because when we chop this shit up, I got to say something else about Karrion Kross. The thing that made him put him on the Mount Rushmore for me is the fact that this dude got over with no push. Like, I think that is so amazing to me. in today's landscape of definitely in the WWE where people are complaining, they don't get a lot of airtime, they don't get a lot of opportunities. He took whatever little opportunity, big or small, and he made that shit gold. And that is a talent that not a lot of people have. You know what I'm saying? He made that shit gold. You know,
The Miz got that talent. The Miz got that talent. Whatever you give him, whatever small thing you give him, he gonna take it. He's gonna be, yes, sir. And then he's gonna do something with it, you know?
He does have that same accolade, like, you know, ability. But I feel like the DE has pushed him a whole lot more than they did Karrion Kross.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they gave him more opportunities and more Intercontinental Championship belt, tag team belt, United States belt, WWE Championship. They gave him plenty of opportunities, and from him working with some of the top guys in the industry in WWE at the time. So, but Karrion Kross or Killer Kross, bro, he didn't have that. But he was still, and this is a guy who was wrestling on WWE Main Event, the show before they show Raw, taping. And he was getting the craziest pop of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those things like that, bro, you have to consider. Like he has the it factor. Kross. He doesn't need to say much, and his persona is so captivating from how his face. Remember we talking about the faces, right? He's the one of people who does crazy faces. It like makes you, sucks you in. So nah, man, Karrion Kross, bro. He trust me, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest unsung heroes in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
In history. I'm waiting for, I don't know if it's gonna be the E down the line that's gonna re-sign him and use him again. But I'm hoping that I'm hoping that AEW does the right thing and reach out to him and signs both of them. Because you want to talk about in a time when you have all these injuries and you need something to put a battery in your pack. Sign Kross and Scarlett to AEW would be exactly that, bro. And if his ass pops out all out,
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. That's our WWE personal. Mount Rushmore. Drop y'all's comments. Drop y'all's personal Mount Rushmore. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff. We're the 404 Heels. Be easy, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.